Avengers Endgame is the marvelous Marvel movie that ever marveled. It's the grand conclusion to 22 films, so hang on to your shorts, folks. Here we go. Following the shocking events of Infinity War, our remaining Avengers are feeling defeated. Everybody has lost someone, and their only hope is to take the fight to Thanos. It's really hard to talk about this movie without spoiling anything. Don't worry, I'm not gonna do it, but it's like describing a cake without mentioning the ingredients. It's hard. It's delicious, but that's beside the point. But what I can talk about is what you can expect, and I can honestly tell you, it's everything. Expect everything. First of all, the tone of this film is a lot more mature than I expected, but I like that Marvel takes risks. And these are not shots in the dark, they're very calculated risks that pay off equally big. But this movie arguably takes the biggest chances of all, and some of our heroes go through some extreme changes, which you either like or you don't. Personally, I thought it was genius. And that's one of the things I loved about this movie. It's so unpredictable. Every time they set the scene, you think you know where the story is going, and then bam, the movie throws a curveball at you, and it does a masterful job of keeping you invested in the story. This movie is 3 hours long, but because it's constantly moving forward with every scene better than the last one, it doesn't feel like 3 hours. Well, unless you gotta pee. Directors Anthony and Joe Russo are excellent storytellers, but it's the screenplay of Stephen McFeely and Christopher Marcus that is just masterful. This film is one of the best examples of the use of dramatic action, and what I mean by that is that there's nothing happening in the movie that doesn't drive the plot forward. Every step of the way, it feels like an adventure, and not knowing what comes next is a big part of what makes this movie so goddamn amazing. After 22 Marvel movies, there are some gigantic emotional payoffs. Every now and then a character will say or do something that just makes so much sense for the story arc. It's kinda hard to explain without spoiling anything, but trust me, I got chills countless times while watching this movie. I hate to use the word epic, but then again, that's exactly what this movie is. It's fucking epic. And not only is the story incredible and shocking, the scale of this movie is beyond anything I pictured in my mind. There's so much more in this movie that Marvel doesn't show you in the trailers, and that's another reason why they're the best. They could have easily cut a trailer showing certain characters or events from this movie that would make fans lose their minds when they see it. But they didn't. They kept everything secret, and in this day and age, that's really impressive. But I can tell you this though, there are no end credit scenes. 0. I just saved you 20 minutes. The cast is of course incredible as always. There's really nothing I can say about these wonderful people that hasn't already been said. And sadly in this film, we have to say goodbye to some of them. We all knew it was coming, and you probably already guessed a few, but the way it was done was nothing short of beautiful. If you're not wiping away tears during any of these moments, see a doctor, because there might be something wrong with you. Avengers Endgame really is the end and the beginning of the MCU as we know it. It's been a hot minute since I sat on the edge of my seat for 3 hours on end. I'm really gonna enjoy watching this one over and over again, and I cannot recommend it enough. Avengers Endgame is a gem. You know what I just realized? I can't talk about this movie with any of my friends because they haven't seen it yet. Fuck. So many spoilers. And I gotta keep them all bottled up inside. That can't be healthy.